outside Poole Magistrates Court today, and we're here for the case of Adam Smith Connor, who was given a fixed penalty notice for silently praying outside Bournemouth abortion facility inside the PSPO buffer zone. And I'm here with Jeremiah from ADF UK, the Alliance Defending Freedom. Jeremiah, can you tell us a little bit about what we're expecting today? What's this all about?
Yes, so today is an application. It's what's called an abusive process application, and it's where the applicant, the defendant, essentially appeals to the inherent jurisdiction of the court to argue that the case is fundamentally unfair. And so you are able to make some factual arguments that essentially says to the court that this case should not be brought in the first place, and therefore should be dismissed at this stage, instead of there being a full trial. So it's an abusive process application, and the basis of the application is essentially that it's twofold. The first one is the fact that Adam was informed unequivocally the week before that he would not be arrested. That his actions were perfectly lawful in England by police officers, and they informed him of that in three different ways. The council argued that it wasn't a clear and unequivocal representation that he wouldn't be prosecuted, and they also suggest that it's highly convenient for Adam to be bringing that up now as opposed to any earlier. But of course, we say that that's completely incorrect, because Adam actually brought that conversation up on the day of his interaction with the Bournemouth Council officers, and he said that the week before I was literally told by police officers that what I'm doing here is lawful and completely in keeping with his fundamental rights. So Adam is essentially arguing that it's unfair in those circumstances for a prosecution to be brought, and claiming an abusive process. The second limb to Adam's argument is essentially that the Bournemouth Council took that away. They took that interaction away, the famous interaction that everybody's seen on YouTube. They took it away and actually concluded, it would seem, that there wasn't enough evidence to proceed with an offence. But then they were subject to what Adam would argue to be improper pressure from BPAS, and proceeded to essentially change their mind as a result of that pressure. So we've seen disclosed in the court papers some reference to the fact that it would be completely untenable if a prosecution was brought. And the council said directly to BPAS that we need something more than just standing still and praying silently. We need an outward manifestation. So the question for the court is, what changed? The council seems to have made a decision originally, and then suddenly, after some pressure from BPAS Abortion Centre, they seem to change their minds completely. So those two grounds are the main arguments that will be made today, and we call that an abusive process.
So we'll find out then today whether it's actually going to go to trial then by the end of today, should we?
That's right, yes. So if Adam is not successful with his application, then it's over to the actual trial, where we say there's thoughts will be on trial, and he will be questioned as to whether or not his silent prayers were actually in breach of the PSPO, and whether or not the Human Rights Act, importantly, the absolute right to freedom of thought, is sufficient to is a sufficient defence to this allegation of apparently harassment, intimidation, or otherwise breach of the public safety protection order.
Thank you very much, Jeremiah. So we ask you at home to continue to pray while they are in the court today and deciding what will happen next with Adam Smith Connor. Please pray for this, please pray for his legal defence and all those involved in making this decision today, and we'll join you a little bit later on to let you know how it's gone.